Oh, that's the wrong way. That should be fine. Okay. Just making sure everything is set up properly. That, yeah, that's good. Okay. Sorry. I might just leave all this in. I might edit out some of it. But hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. Name's Jazz Marauder. I mostly do commentary videos, thoughts videos on stuff like webtoons, comics, online manga, mangaka, manhwa. I don't know how to say the Chinese version of manga, but all that sort of nerdy stuff. I haven't been reading a whole lot, but if I have more things to read, I'd also probably want to do videos on like my favorite books, fantasy genres, sort of stuff. But that's not what we're here for today. Today we're talking about Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, the movie, Mugen Train, which is if you think about it as like you know how a lot of TV shows have those like hour-long specials. Think of this movie as sort of like a 2-hour-long special continuation of the TV show, or of the series Demon Slayer. Non-spoiler thoughts. I thought it was very good. The action was amazing. I know for other people the emotional beats didn't quite hit for them, but for me, most of the emotional beats, especially towards the end, were amazing. The character development for certain characters was great. And if nothing else, the animation, like the show's like backdrop setting, set piece areas, if you want to use like movie terms, setting shots and environmental shots with the hand drawn mixed with the CGI in the series was amazing. But in this movie, they really took that budget and just off into the stratosphere. There's some shots that was like legitimately speechless. They were so beautiful. But there were some times where I could obviously tell it was CG. I watched this movie yesterday, but I watched some other uh, bigger review and reaction channels talk about do reviews on the movie. I'm a little late to it, but whatever. And one point that I agree with is CG. Like, I don't like CGI anime generally, but I think I'm falling more on. I don't like CGI for like organic things like plants, people, animals. I don't like CGI for that because it's distracting and, in my opinion, most of the time, unappealing to look at. Like, have it on like machines, the certain parts of the environment, but like CGI generally for me is just hardly ever used well. I think in Demon Slayer the movie used really well. And I'll agree with this statement because I felt the same way before I watched some reviews of the movie. If you haven't seen the series, this movie does a bad job of giving you the necessary context to really get into the movie comfortably. If you've seen the series, then it's like they just took, as one reviewer put it, they just took like a whole like arc of an anime that could have been drawn out to like 5 to 10 episodes, and just, depending on the anime, and just condensed it all down into one movie, and I loved it. The pacing was really, really, really great, especially towards the end. Trying to think of what else. I tried doing some recordings of me actually on my way to the movie theater, and I think I tried to do a quick thoughts video for after, and I didn't like how it looked, mostly because I have double chin and haven't shaved in a couple days. So, oh, sorry. So I thought I'd just do it all in here. What else? I thought it was a very fun movie. I'm still not used to, / I don't think I ever will be entirely used to like the over the top style humor that a lot of it has. I liked, Inosuke better. The boar pighead character. I liked him better. I think the blonde haired boy, Zenitsu. Generally still annoying to me, but less so in this movie. He didn't have a whole lot to do with the plot, so it was fine. He did have some great characters, some pretty good character stuff towards the end that I thought was still nice to see his thoughts on everything that was going on. The demons were super cool. The emotional beats went mixed with like the really grandiose, beautiful shots were, when they hit so well. So overall, non-spoiler thoughts, I would say, I think in the video I did of it, I think I'd give it like, if I'm doing it out of 5, it'd be like a 4.5. Doing it out of 10, it'd be a 9. Mostly because the humor didn't always hit for me, and I haven't watched the show in a few months. I can't remember. It's been a while since I watched the show, so even for me, like I've seen the series, but I would have liked just a little bit of more of like, even if it was just like a 1 or 2 minute scene of them like just a quick narration of, okay, here's where the characters are at. Here's where the series left these characters. Here's where they at. Now we can just jump into it. I think that would have gone, at least for the main 3 boys. That would have worked for this movie because you didn't need that for oh goodness. Let me look this up real quick. Oh God, I can't remember. the one uh Kyojiro Rengoku. I didn't think you need to do like a big introduction for him as much, since it's since they do a lot of that in the movie. I think they could have used taken like 1 or 2 minutes. The movie's already 2 hours long, so 1 or 2 minutes to narrate where our characters are at in this movie, just for a little bit of context. You didn't need to give the whole backstories, because you're going to get that in this. But yeah, trying to keep the spoilers as light as possible. But yeah, overall, give it a 4.5 or a 9. 4.5 out of 5, or a 9 out of 10. Trying to think of anything else. Nope. Now, if you don't, I'm going to talk spoilers, because I feel like this movie is not it's very hard, for at least for me, to talk about this movie without spoilers. So, spoiler warning right now. Yeah. So, I'm not going to do a whole scene by scene, part by part breakdown. I just want to talk about like my favorite parts of this movie. So, the main villain they're fighting is a demon that was just obsessed with our big bad villain. I can't remember all their names right now. It's been so long since I've watched the series. But throughout most of the movie, we follow the team is having to deal with this demon that causes them dreams, and Zenitsu and Inosuke have very comical dreams. I feel like a lot of people kind of skip over the fact that, like, wondering why Inosuke's dream is nothing but him just being underground. And that's not really, like, they don't explore it in the movie, but like that's like a thing that I thought about. I was like, I think I remember them talking about, or like they showed a scene in like a flashback memory or something of Inosuke remembering he got left behind in the woods or underground somewhere. And I feel like they didn't do they didn't make it a big point of this movie, because that wasn't. But I feel like that Inosuke's dreamscape is kind of a hint as to where we're going to see his character and his backstory going forward in the next season. For those of us like myself who have only watched the anime, Zenitsu. There's not really a whole lot going on, but I'm interested about his like subconscious being literally nothing except him keeping the male antagonist goon type character from like trying to kick him out because he's not a girl. The sister doesn't really play a huge part. I wish they'd done more with the sister, but I wish they'd done more with the sister instead of Zenitsu. Or like, yeah, I wish they'd given Zenitsu more of a character thing in this. Maybe. I don't think they need to, because Inosuke and oh my god, the main character. Can't remember. But my favorite thing about this was Kyojiro and Tanjiro's dreams, especially Tanjiro's dream of him dreaming of his family, his whole struggle with, like, he kind of remembers things every once in a while until his sister comes out of her box and like headbutts him, and then I think kind of accidentally or intentionally, kind of unclear in my opinion, uses her demon art to like help him wake up. And then and that was so beautiful. And then one of the kid with tuberculosis gets into his subconscious, and then it's this beautiful scene of just crystal clear, still ocean or just general water landscape of just like the horizon of an ocean, but the water is totally calm and peaceful and still, clear blue, lightly cloudy skies. And then when they later go back to why that character didn't attack him and attack his subconscious, they show Tanjiro's spirit core, and in my opinion, it kind of looked like just like a very peaceful, calm, bright yellow sun on this sort of like ocean meets the sky line whole thing, and it was so gorgeous and so wholesome, and I cannot wait until they develop more of his that fire dance. I can't remember the actual name of it, but his like fire dance style that he does from his father. I can't wait for all training sequences on that. Him going to Kyojiro's home. That scene's going to be heavy. Hopefully he'll be able to learn a little bit more about how to do that and train how to do that longer. Because I feel like once Tanjiro like fully masters the water breathing style, and then fully masters that fire dancing style that his father did, it's gonna be. And then I hope they give more character and training development for the sister, whose name absolutely escapes me, because I feel like she's gonna have such a major impact on how this story goes, and I just want to see more of her as a character. Either I don't know where the state of her hypnosis charm is at, whether she's like cognizant of people or if she's still under that charm that she sees everyone as her family. So I'm excited for that. And then the final fight, not the one with the Dream Demon. That one was cool, but it was mostly just a little drawn out for my taste. If they cut down that second stage fight where the big reveal that he is the train, if they cut down that fight a little bit more and then added more of the reason why the second villain who shows up later is there, whether it's been like he's been tailing this guy to like kill him or something, since the big boss demon was planning on killing the lower six anyways. Yeah, lower and upper six, whatever. The big boss was planning on killing those characters anyways. So why not the second villain shows up towards the end, be there to both kill the Dream Demon and then take out whoever's still there. Just better. I wish there's a little bit more context to why he was there. Other than that, he was so cool. Him, that demon, with Kyojiro's fight was some of the most. I've never been. What was the last time? I haven't been that hyped about a fight scene in a long time, and that was the coolest fight scene I've seen in a very, very long time. I'm not that old, but I watched a lot of anime, and that was hands down one of the coolest fight scenes I've ever seen in like the last decade, at the very least. I will note that one person's point about like the fight, like I like that their fighting style is very consistent, but I was hoping that we'd get a little bit more of like variation and combos within their individual breathing and fighting styles. That would have given a little bit more diversity and intrigue to the fight than just the same traditional moves of their fighting styles. That would have been cool. But like the main fight with at the very end was super dope. And then when it got to like him just like going into his final stance, and then like the demon's arm is through his chest, and then he tries to punch him, and then he grabs this like high tier demon's arm and just holds him there until the sun almost comes out, and the demon has to literally like rip off his own arms to get away from Kyojuro is insanity. And then the scene where Tanjiro's yelling at the demon about him being a coward was just, it was so good. It was so good. And I don't care what people say about like, because I've heard some people wondering why this anime is so popular. Most because they haven't watched, or like even if they have watched it, they've wondered why it's so popular. Because this is, as I found out over the last few days, the highest grossing anime of all time. And I will say, it is not my favorite anime of all time, but it deserves the respect and the money it has gotten, definitely. I don't agree with anyone who says it doesn't. They find it weird how much popularity and success it has. Like I heard a lot I heard one reviewer compare it, like they choose Jujutsu Kaisen over this, and I think Jujutsu Kaisen is super cool. I don't like its animation style all that much that often. I think that the animation style is really cool when it's cool, but I don't like that. It's the same way I felt with how with God of High School anime. Like I like God of High School as a manga, or as not manga, as a web comic on Webtoons. I did not particularly care for the animation style all the time. Like there are times where it was really cool, but most of the time for me, it was way too. It was way too messy, in my opinion, for me. And like when it was, yeah, that's just my opinion. I like Demon Slayer's animation style way better than I like Jujutsu Kaisen or God of High School style of animation. Yes. So, hot take, my personal opinion. I'd much prefer Demon Slayer over Jujutsu Kaisen or God of High School animation. Yeah, I just thought this movie was great. If you can go see it at your local theaters, I went to my local theater and it was dead, and the prices have jumped up. I'm hoping with things opening up more, we can ticket prices will start going down, and we can go to movie theaters however often we want without worrying about pandemic level diseases. So yeah, that was just my thoughts. If you got any other things you'd like me to hear me talk about, whether that be anime, cartoons, mostly Western cartoons. I don't really know that many European cartoons. Want to hear my thoughts on like Netflix shows, stuff like that, comics, books. I'm getting ready to move with my family because I'm not in my own place yet, but I'm getting ready to move. So it'll probably be a while before I can get on a consistent schedule again. I've had to be off for this last week because we're showing the house and cleaning up everything, and this isn't even the computer I use normally. But yeah, if you got any like thoughts, arguments, respectful arguments, but discussions we can have in the comment section. I'm all for it. You anything goes that is short of legally disrespectful or hateful. But yeah, let's have conversations about this in the comments. You can check me out on Twitter. Twitter at Jazz Marauder Media. Twitch at Jazz Marauder. I think I'm working on a Facebook page that I'll maybe use at some point. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.